Warning, this is not intended as a substitute for professional medical care and diagnosis. There are always risks associated with weight training, and none of the instructions or meal plans should be performed without approval from your healthcare professional. As with all exercise programs, you assume certain risks with your health and safety. If you choose to participate in these risks, you do so of your own free will and accord. Michael McBath is a certified personal trainer with National Academy of Sports Medicine. He is not a medical doctor, and nothing in this video should be misconstrued to mean otherwise. Muscles of Motivation is not responsible for any injuries or death as a result of using these techniques.
Muscles of motivation, baby. Let somebody else throw in that towel, because I ain't throwing it in tonight. All right, so we're at our final 2 exercises, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped. Matter of fact, I got some Rick Ross on the playlist in my headset. MC Hammer. MC Hammer is the song that I'm listening to by Rick Ross. And then I got some Starlito followed by that. And then I got some Kevin Gates. So I will also be doing videos on my workout playlist, what I listen to get into a certain type of mood. It just depends on what type of mode I want to go in when I'm in the gym. All right, so let's get into these last 2 exercises. So we're going to start with the lat pull down. I am still supersetting, but guess what I do with this? I actually superset in a different way. A lot of people think supersetting is like, well, let me rephrase that. When you say supersetting, the trainer term for supersetting is doing the exercise and then going to do something that involves the same muscle, but the second exercise is doing it where you're having to work on your balance, like stability. Like, for example, let's say if I was doing bench press. So if I was doing bench press and then I got up and I did medicine ball throws, that is a superset. You see what I'm saying? Like the bench press, you know, I'm stationary, so I don't really have to use too much of my core. So when I get up and I do the medicine ball throw, I'm using my core. So basically, to put it in layman's terms, is just non-active core and then active core. And I don't like to say non-active core because you are kind of using your core a little bit when you lift weights, even if you are stationary, but you're using more of your core when you're supersetting or when you're non-stationary, like when you're standing or when you're throwing something, you're using your core. So let's get into this lat pull down. What I'm doing with the lat pull down right here, I'm going to do 4 sets of 15. Now I start off at 145 because I feel 145 is good. I'm going to work my way up to 160 and I'm going to get these reps in. Now remember, I told you it's always 15 reps. You can exceed it. You need to exceed your minimum so you will grow because you just don't want the average results. Okay, so I do 15 right here and then I move on. Now remember, I just said you do not want to do the average number you want to exceed. I may not exceed it on the first one, but I will on the second, the third, and I will also exceed it on the last one. So as I move on to dumbbell flies, and now I'm on the bench and I'm doing it. Now the reason why I say I'm supersetting this, a lot of people may say, well, you're not really using your core. Well, actually I am. If you see how I am laying, like I'm having to balance myself. I am having to balance myself. Even though I'm laying on my stomach right here, I am still having to balance myself just because of the way I am laying and the movement that I am doing. So I'm using 10 pounds, and 10 pounds is not that heavy, but when you're doing killer reps and you're doing basically no rest, on this superset set, I think I've only rested maybe 5 or 6 seconds at the most. I don't think I even rest, period, to tell you the truth. But what I do is I end up doing 40 reps. So I start off, I do 40 reps on the first dumbbell flies, and then I move back into the lat pull down, and now I go up to 150, and I end up doing 18 reps, and then I get off that, and then I go back into the dumbbell flies, and then I end up using the 10s again. This time I'm going to do 40 reps, and then I get off that. I'm getting pretty excited because I know my workout is coming to a close, but I want to do it a lot better. I want to push myself. So I end up doing another 18 on the third set of the lat pull downs. But as you notice, I said I do my workouts in variations. I start slowing down and pulling with more of a squeeze. So I'm activating those back muscles. Instead of the fast twitch fibers in the back muscles, now I'm working the slow twitch fibers. So once I finish that set, I hop back on the dumbbell flies, and I do 25. I think I do 25 or 30. But as I'm doing these, as you notice, I'm turning the dumbbells a different way because I can see my shoulders are starting to pop, and I can feel my back pop. But I like when my shoulders pop and my back pop, so I continue to pick this procedure up and continue to go on during this repetition. So now I'm on my final lat pull down, and this is at 160. I end up doing 20 reps here, and then I end up doing the last 3 very slow. You know, I end up holding them and pulling them, and then I do 1 to grow on. If you guys don't know what 1 to grow on means, that means an extra rep. And now I go back to the dumbbell flies. Now on the dumbbell flies right here, as you notice, I turn the weights again. Pay attention to how I'm turning the weights, and then watch what is working out. You will actually see the muscles that are being worked, activated in my body. That's one thing you should be able to do. When you are working out, this is why I love working out in front of a mirror or on film, because you can see actually what muscles are being activated as you are working out. The muscles will pop that are being activated. Even if you think you're not using that muscle and you see it as you're working out, it is being activated, so that muscle is being worked. Thank you guys for watching Back Day with me, Michael McBath. Make sure that you send all your questions and comments to musclesofmotivation@gmail.com or michaelmcbath@yahoo.com, or you can go to musclesofmotivation.com. And make sure you guys go out there and copy 3 of those t-shirts, 1 to sleep in, 1 to get fly in, and 1 to work out in. I'm gone. Peace, love, see you next time. Muscles of motivation, baby. Who can't do it? They can't do it, but we can. Make sure you follow me and subscribe.